Welcome to my video on how to make a mod pack for Fallout New Veags, Part 1, Season 1. Now, let's get this going. Now, first of all, you want to make sure you've got the game installed and all set up and running with vanilla settings and no plugins. And that's Fallout 4. Automatic. Okay, and everything's all set up on out there, and you got all your settings set to whatever you use. Myself on my Ultra. Now, once you've got all that done, and you make sure you back up your save games, as I'll show you in a minute. Let's quit that now. To back up your save games, you go into your documents up there, or your documents down there. I'm using Windows 10 if there's any confusion, or C drive, user, your username, documents, my games, I just push M, and then New Veags, saves, and I just go right click, copy, and then paste. As you can see, I've got oh yeah, of course it's not in there. But yeah, that's what you do. I'll explain why I just said about making mine on there. There's a reason why mine on there. Okay, now you've done that and we're all ready. So let's go across to the next. All links will be in the description below. Sorry if I ever go for these things too quick or talk too quick. I have got this issue in life where I got to do everything really fast. I can't help it. I walk fast. I shop fast. I just do everything fast. I talk fast, I talk a lot. It's like I'm constantly hypered. Could be partly because I drink too much coffee. But there we go. Now, get your files, browse. No, we don't. Sorry. File, category. And scroll down the list. The first thing we want is utilities, and the site's lagging. No, it's not my computer. Go to most endorsed, and we want okay, we'll find that the other way. Well, first we want this one here. We'll do that one, but that one's updated. So we need that file, so right click, open a new window. And you're going to want this. But we'll discuss that some other time. But you could download the archive ready and leave it compressed. Just don't do nothing with it. That's up to you. And we need this one here. Let's left click on that. Go on mod manager. No we don't, so and if you're wondering, no, I do not know why that is taking so long to load. Don't know why, but I have trouble with mod organizer loading. So go into Google. 2 seconds, guys, just let the computer catch up, see what's going on. Yeah, I think it's working better now. So go into here and go Fallout New Veags. You want mod organizer. Don't worry if you're like me and you can't spell. Just push enter and it'll sort it for you. Now click on there. I knew it was in there. Just couldn't see it in the utility list for whatever reason. I thought it'd been at the top, but clearly it's in utilities too. Strange. Don't go in the inside, go into there then. You want the Skybeam on. I do that every time, it's weird. want the Skyrim one for Fallout 4, Fallout 3. Definitely want to go for Fallout 4. That won't work. There's a special one for that. So here we go. Go File. We want this one here. Close that. And we don't want none of this stuff here. That's only if you're updating, but we're not. We're doing a fresh install. Close that down. And go on to this one here. We've got the 4 gig Fallout New Vegas. So what this is saying, I should say what this is. Oh, this one here, sorry, is a mod organizer. Is a mod manager, so you can manage, install and uninstall your mods and configure them with very little effort. And this here, what it is the game was designed to only use a certain amount of memory. I think it's 2 gig, which when you're using mods, you're going to use a lot more above that, and your game will keep crashing if your game isn't allowed to use more of your memory. And this lets you use up to 4 gig. Apparently, when the game was released, you could only have 2 gig of RAM in your computer, I've heard. Well, that is rubbish. Because it was released in, what, 2009? I can guarantee back then I had 4 gig of RAM, but there we go. So, File, and just download manual like normal. Close that down. Wait for that to finish. Then go into Explorer. Go into wherever you downloaded and install your stuff. I'm presuming you know all this stuff. The heck's that? Blood moon. Oh, is that bad? Little distraction there, guys. Okay. Oh, I remember, yes, that Minecraft stuff. Yeah, of course. No. So we're going to double click on this one here. Next. Agree. Now. Yeah. Have them all. It's up to you if you have this one or not. Next. You definitely want this, so when you click on you go in here, like on this one it'll have a button saying download the manager. On different mods this one in, because if you do that it'll crash you, it won't work basically. That's what that is, so you need that. As I said, have mod organizer handle, next is mod manager, find links. Next, we don't want to do that, we'll highlight that and copy, browse, PC, games. Now scroll to wherever your Steam is. If you're having trouble to find it, go in and go Steam. Two seconds, just fix Windows 10 a minute. If you ever have trouble doing two, but if you have trouble getting your search to work, what you do is Windows 10 is go into here. That's Control-Alt-Delete if you're wondering. Don't hold it down, just push. You'll set your computer. Control-Alt-Delete and go in here and find, search, right click, end task. Close that. Now, if it works, Steam. .exe. There. Oh, there it is, sorry. That's the store. Oh. Avoid come up in here. Okay, start menu then and type in Steam. Sorry. So about the derpiness there, it's Windows 10. Things have changed and some things aren't as good as normal. So what we'll do is go into Steam, go into your game, or whatever game you want, go view screenshots, click show on disk, and there's your Steam folder. Steam. So the confusion there. I'm still not used to Windows 10. Okay, now I was installing the program. Now you know where your Steam is now. So we go Games, Steam, Steam App, Common. So that's Games, not Games, so Steam, Steam App, Common. Then we need to find, you know, in my multiple copies, Fallout New Vegas. Okay. Then click on here and just hold your right key, arrow key down, just to make sure it says Mod Organizer. I always check. Or if you want to call it something different, that's up to you. And you don't have to install it, you can install it wherever you want, but I would install it here. So if you've got like Fallout 4 installed, Fallout New Vegas, Oblivion, so on, then you don't get your mod organizers conflicting with each other, because they're both in like program files, for example. And then it'll keep copying over the top of each other, and you have Fallout 4 mods riding over Skyrim, which is no good. This is why I highly recommend installing it into the game. Then click install. Just wait. Or just tick along. When that's doing that, okay, go into, that is there, right click on that one. Oh, sorry, I didn't mention this. I automatically assume you guys have already got it. Go into Google, type 7-zip, push enter. There's 7-zip. There is others, but you can look into that yourself. I recommend 7-zip only. I don't trust most of the others, so I'm going to just stick to this one. And you'll never see me recommend anything in my videos that I don't trust. And just click download here for your 32-bit system, download here for 64-bit system. And you can find that out by going in here. We're not going to do that, I'm using Windows 10. If you just Google how do you find out what version of what, if you would that, how do I find out if I'm using 32-bit or 64-bit Windows, that will tell you. Might do a separate video on it one day. If you've done that, install that. So now when you right click on here, go like that, and go like that. So I make mistakes, I'm not the world's best at this, but there's still going to be a lot of help here. Refresh your folder, let's click on it again. Come out of it, go back in it. Go in there, go in that. We want you to highlight, I want you to highlight all those we don't need, because this here is just source code. That's for mod authors. And that's just information. I would read it all, but I'm not going to, but I would read it all if I was you lot. Because it's always good to know the most knowledge you can possibly have. Cut. Now go back into your game. So for me it's Games and Programs, Games, Steam, Steam App, Common, Fallout New Vegas. Right click, paste. Done. Minimize that. That's finished. Finish. Wait for that to load up. Okay. That's just saying you've got bug track and you report bugs there. Okay. That's just saying you can watch the tutorials, but they're not very good, and you've got me, so you really need them. But I'd still, if you want to, you can still turn them on, but I find them annoying. I'd click no if I was you saying that. But if you want to, you can. I just happen to think they're not very good. Now, okay, we've got this all sorted out. Now we need to go into here, go to Edit, click on Binary. At the end of Binary, these little tiny dots. Click on that. Now click on your New Vegas folder, click on the 4 gig business, open. Now type something in here so you know what it is. I'm going to call it New Vegas VEGAS for New Vegas 4 gigabyte boot. Boot means load if you're wondering. Then go add. Now load it with 4 gig. If I click play, run. Give it a second or two to calculate. And load and everything. And we'll get them in the end. My machine takes a little bit of time. But once it gets there, it does a nice job. It just takes a bit of time sometimes. It needs defragging, which is a bit of a nightmare at the moment. And that's that. Fallout New Veags. Great. That's it. And you might notice too that Fallout New Vegas loads a lot quicker when you've got this always installed. That's that done. Now we're ready to mod the game. But not quite, saying that. Now you need to go up to here, click on this bar and it goes blue if you point on it. Click on manage. This is the default game. You don't want to mess with that, so you can come back to it and use it for making new mod packs, because you can have multiple mod packs in one game, which is amazing. And it doesn't affect your actual game files. It stores them all into mod organizer folder, not actually in here or in here, which is really helpful. So we just go create, and we'll call it YouTube Toot. Default game settings, okay. Local settings. You don't need to have this. What this is, it means that all your save games will also be in here. So you go into profile, your YouTube, then there will be a save game folder. Obviously there isn't at the moment. I haven't even made the mod pack yet. So then that way you don't, so when you make another mod pack, I go create new blah 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 blah, and I do that, those save games, when I load it up, I load that mod pack up, it won't have the save games to that mod pack. Just remove that. YouTube tip, so we want that and that. Close. And go up here and YouTube tip. Done. Now we need mods. Now, first thing is first. We need to fix the game. No, first things first, yeah, saying that. Okay, let's close that down. I forgot about this. If you've still got this open, if you haven't, go into here and go catalog and choose it. And go into utilities. Not what I was saying before, but we really do need to do this. Go to most endorsed and download this one here, FN Edit. Let's click on it. File, download manual. Go away. And that's that. Now we need to go into here, go into your downloads. Now you go right click, extract to, every file. go into there, and there it is. Now you just, yeah, might as well. I'll be honest, you don't actually need that. That's for programming purposes, mod making purposes, but just cut it and paste it to wherever you want to install the game. Okay, for me though, just 2 seconds. I am going to delete that. I want to delete that. I want to delete that. And that. Doing. Okay, now go into wherever you install your Pro. You are in there already, waiting for me. We've got, here we go. Which one is it? Yeah. Okay. Now that's where your program, your folder name is. Rename it to something decent, I would, if I was you. No, well, you should rename it to something decent. I won't, but I'm silly like that. Okay, I've got a shortcut here made, because you can find your mod organizer in your applications, like app, like programs. Ignore my Windows 10 start menus, Windows 7. It should be here somewhere. If you can't find it like me, just go into your game wherever it is. So doing these things and learning these things, to be honest, people, is so much different, so much harder. Go into your mod organizer, right click, and click. It will say pin to taskbar. It says unpin because I've already done it. Okay, load it up. I highly recommend not doing what I just did though. Load up the correct program. That's mod organizer, yeah, but that's for Fallout 4. That's Skyrim, that's New Vegas. There you go. Now we want to go into here, click on edit, browse on that again. Now we want wherever you installed your program. For me it's in programs, that one there, so we call that if it's the vanilla one. Fallout and edit, MB for New Vegas. So we'll call it Fallout New Vegas. Bit of a long-winded name, but still. Edit with a capital V mark as the name of a place. Not just on the screen. Okay, then add that into there. Because now what it is all your mods will be stored in your mods folder, which we have now, we have got it, which is empty obviously, and your other stuff will be in your profile to your mod pack, not in your data folder. Nothing could go in there. Well, some things will, and that's for the edit, but still. So what the problem is, if I went and loaded the game like this, it won't detect the mods. So you have to load via this program, and every program you use to edit your game has to run through this program. So we've got to go into edit. Oh, we've done it already, so that's why we add this into here. So you go like that and click mistake, edit, go like that. You want it to close when start, because this is going to manipulate your file, so you don't want it to have this open when you're manipulating the files that are open, because you can't edit of a file that's being used. So I want to modify that, close, boot that up. So any derpiness. Now we want to select none, then select Fallout New Vegas. Because we've got a bit of fixing to do. I'll be back in this. No, it's loaded. 2 seconds, guys. Okay, now let's carry on with this. Now, what this program is it lets you edit scripts in the game. And scripts are basically, very basic programming. And it lets you view all the stuff in the game. Don't worry, it is complicated as anything, but we're going to do very basic at the moment, and we'll work our way up, and I only know so much myself. So what it is, okay, for this game you get a program called, and let's bring it up in Google. Google. They're using Fallout for you. You get FALOUT Fallout for New Vegas GECKO. Get this gecko. Garden of Eden. Yeah, Garden of Eden, I think it is. Yeah. Oh, I see what I've done wrong. I always write Garden of there it is. You get this program here, Garden of Eden, sorry about that. And what this does is it lets you edit the game. Lets you make your own cells, your own worlds. Literally you can make your own world and your own places in the game. That's for Fallout New Vegas too. But still. As you can see, I'm having computer issues. Don't know what's going on. It's right earlier. Here we go. Ideal place. Bring up some news picture. So there we go. You can edit things. When I just load it up, I've got it installed. Oh well. That's never copy. But yeah, so but the thing is, when you say for example in this picture, can I make that bigger? No, I can't. When you place something in the world, when the website wakes up, like if you go into items in here somewhere, and you drag it into this window, that's world, and then you delete it. No, then you delete it. It doesn't delete it. It marks it as on delete. If you move it, it marks it as on delete, and that's a dirty edit. So then sometimes with a mod, you can walk around the game and you're like, what? Why is there 2 people called Bob? And they are exactly the same person. Looks, names, dialogue, everything. That's because of dirty edit. Just marked as deleted, but it's not deleted. So even though to you in the program, it looks like he's not there, he is still there in the mod. So when you load the game up, he's still there. Okay. That problem is actually in the game when you buy it. This is why sometimes you get 2 of the same gun on the floor or something, and some other little problems. This program fixes it. Apparently it doesn't cause much issues if you're not using mods, and it's only when you use mods that they cause issues. I don't think that's true personally. So I clean it all up because we don't want problems in the game. So if you right click on it, on the website, click on the Fallout New Vegas.esm, right click, then go check for apply filter for cleaning. That'll take a little bit of time, so I'll drink coffee a minute. So if I get tongue tied too. I didn't know that. Sorry guys. It's not like Skyrim. I forgot, it's been ages since I've done Fallout New Vegas. It's clean. It's actually clean. Okay. Close the program down. Sorry about that. Load mod organizer back up. This is a bit annoying. You've got to close, open and close, open and close. But I can't help that. This is a progress you have to do. Because you need to do one at a time. I would not recommend doing them all at once. Then we just click on it. That needs this to load, so it'll do it for me. I just click on the one I want. So classic pack. Okay. Wait for it to load. Left click, right click, apply for cleaning. Has New Vegas been updated? Basically, we need to keep doing that and keep following that process just to make sure everything is clean. Make sure it says down here too, loading finished. Before you do this, right click, apply for cleaning. That one's clean. Okay, I'll be back guys when I have found one that needs cleaning. So, here we go, the first one in the list that comes up with a problem is dead money. As you can see down here, filtering down, process records, blah blah blah. Estimated time. File content duplicate, 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 duplicate. And that's all the duplicates are. I reckon that's why quests go funny and all sometimes, but perks as duplicates, I won't go into all that. Containers as duplicates, that makes sense, I understand. So when you've done that, right click, then we need to go down to undelete and disable references. It'll only do it to stuff it doesn't need, don't worry, it'll only make the game better. Yes, you might get a countdown, I have to wait for the countdown. Bang, that's that done. We have undeleted 51 records. Took 3 seconds. Then right click. Then remove identical to master records. Another 403. Then we'll close that down and go OK to save it. You can leave on that if you want, no I do. And then go back into your program, reboot, dead money, and now if we go right click, as I say, make sure the thing is loading. I'm not doing it myself. No, right click, apply for cleaning. It will say everything's all good, no issues, which is what we want. So that means some of those records we can't do nothing about. Okay. There's obviously stuff in there that we can't be done with that simple process. Didn't know that. Never be scanned it after, to be honest. Didn't see the point. So back in again. No, honest hearts. Right click, apply for cleaning. Right click. Yeah, that, yeah. If I told you how to do it wrong a second then. 10 records, right click that again. We'll function it, not removing. Is that done? Yeah, it's done. Close that. Everything's ticked on it. Okay, so update the file. Go through it again. I'll be back when I've cleaned them all up. You're going to here, and all of these here, for whatever reason, they're turned off. Turn them on, as the game will crash. Then go to plugins, and then press run. I mean, not then load it. You could do sort first, just in and organise the range, sort the load order. It doesn't really matter though, it still load up fine. And that works. For a moment then I was like, why is it crashing? What is going on? I know for a fact I'm right, and that's what you do. And I know for a fact it's stable and good. I have played the game for a few hours like that. Let me have a look when it's loaded. Or deloaded, as the case says. Come on, channel and get my card. I have played for 594 hours, and I'd say 590 of those hours was with that thing I just told you to do. So it clearly works. Now there's more problems that need to be fixed with the game. Now we've got more memory, removed loads of duplications and the old records that aren't used no more. So it's a lot cleaner that way. But still there's issues with the game. A lot of fixing first. So what we need to do is go into... We'll do it this way because I find it easier. With Google, if you can spell, you can do it now and go click on search. But if you can't spell, this is the best way. We want Fallout New Vegas unofficial patch, or YUP for abbreviation. My phone, I have a message. Okay, down to file. And then, if you got all DLC, hopefully you have. If you haven't, I'd highly recommend going and watching them, because you can have a problem from this point onwards, because this is going to be with all DLC included. So you're going to have trouble modding the game, because a lot of the mods are going to require DLC. But if you haven't got DLC, and you're going to get it in the future, you're going to have to uninstall it. There you go. You can, I'll show you in a minute. Download, load that one with all DLC. There's no other version. Wait for it to flicker in out. Maybe download. Oh. Type in your username and password with help. Oh, download. Back. All sorted. No messages. That must mean it's an email. Check it later. Okay, double click on that. Leave it the name and same or change it. I'm going to do that. Then click manual. Always click manual. And this is what the tutorial is that I did turn off. Just give it that a minute. Just click on the green arrow and it'll go. I would recommend reading the credits. No, well, actually it's only credits. It's up to you if you keep it and read it or whatever you want to do. But I'm going to uninstall it, and there is none without all the DLC, so you're going to have to go and buy the DLC, so I'd just say I don't like the cost a lot. You can pick the game up really cheap now too with all DLC, but then if you've got any Steam already, you're going to have to buy the DLC separate. Okay, click OK and just wait. And this is why I love this program. Now, that's that. If I double click on it, so if I go, and I go manual, and we'll pretend this is wrong, but let's break the mod. Just to show you. We'll go, create new folder, and we'll call it Hello Guys. Okay? I would just pretend all of this was in here. Now you get that. You get not saying hello guys. It will say the name of the mod. Okay? Which is no data, no game data on top level. Meaning it's not packed correctly. The mod author has done a bad job. Not being funny to you mod authors, other mod authors and one myself, but that's not good. But you can go right click, set the game data, and now it is. Where a lot of other programs you can't do that, which is not good. Nexus is updated, and that's the second best one, but this one's still a lot better, superior I'd say, better in every way. But there you go. We'll cancel because we've already done it. I always delete them. It's up to you. If you remove it, from the list, you can still. It's still in your game, but not in your list, or in your drawer folder. And if you hide it, there's no hide, fair enough. Delete them. And just click on the arrow. It's installed. It's uninstalled. It's installed. It's uninstalled. It's installed. Ain't it? That's amazing. Nexus does do that though. And then that's that. Done. Haven't done much modding today, but I'm going to have to go. But at least we've managed to make your game a lot cleaner. And this space that I have just done now, I would, if you want to play vanilla, like I know, say for example you wanted to go bang, I'll play my vanilla character. Because you just go manage, click on default and just don't have local save game. Or create a new one and call it vanilla. I'll show the save games for them some other time. But if you don't have that, you'll read in your local save game. And it'll say there. Okay, which is your My Documents. And if not, I suppose I should quickly show you. Mod Organizer. You'd like go profiles, YouTube, and saves. And you copy your saves on My Documents, My Games, Fallout New Vegas, saves, and put them into that other folder. And then they'll show up in here. But we'll get to that some other time. But if you're going to play, oh, naughty. If you're going to play vanilla, I would highly recommend making a new pocket and call it vanilla. So you still got your default in case you mess something up. So your game is still there. There's other ways around that, but you just make a new mod pack. And then you can play your vanilla character. Yes, it's going to be modded now. You have one mod installed. But still, you can then go back to those areas where you had issues, something was bugging out, the character might not turned up or something. It might work now. And why would you want to play vanilla? And if you want, rephrase. And if you want to play vanilla, why would you want to play vanilla full of errors and bugs? Or play it with less bugs and errors? Now some people, oh, I don't want my game modded. Yeah, but if the mod just fixes your game, doesn't add no new content, it just makes the game run smoother, cleaner, and fixes stuff, I don't see why you'd not want that. And it gives it more memory, which is not really necessary for vanilla, but still, an extra bit of memory for your game isn't going to kill you. It's going to make it run smooth in my opinion. Because they always say, like for example, and I'm rattling on, but there we go. Like we go into the store for Steam. I think they're full of it myself. Yes, I know. You have security set up on your account. Like, that's done really good. We'll pick on a terrible one for this. Grand Theft Auto Yeah, that one there, IV. Okay, come out a few years ago. I'll do that. And it says Intel Core 2 Duo 1.8 gig. Okay, processor 1.8 gig. 1.8 gig RAM, 256 megabyte of RAM. Wrong! Wrong! I have played this game on a nice smooth machine with a gig graphics card, a 3.2 gig processor, and the game was lagging. And I mean a lot. I find personally these specs are not correct. Might be close but not completely right. I think with these games they test them on a super powerful computer and then they write down what it says it can run by scanning the game with a program or something. So it's not the right result. So I find you always need a lot more memory and RAM and all, and that's why it won't run right. People go, oh, the game's broken. It's not always the game is dodgy, it's that. The specs are wrong. You think, oh, I've got enough RAM here. Put a graphics card in twice as much RAM and you find it runs a lot better. Yes, graphics card's faster, so it would help. But still, if you need that twice as fast, or if you need that twice as much speed, then it shouldn't recommend the 660 or whatever if you need a 680. So there you go. So what I'm getting at is a bit of extra RAM cannot hurt, because then if the specs are right, if I'm right, if the specs are wrong, if I'm right, or a little bit off, you've got the extra RAM, so your game can run faster. I'd like to hear what you guys think about that in the comments below. Sorry about any derpiness in this video. I am trying my best to get better at learning you guys these things. Now I've got to go now, so I'll see you guys again for the next video, whatever it is. Bye for now.